What's up, DJ TechTools? I'm here with a VCI-100 that's been wrapped in our special edition overlay. You may have noticed that on the website we've uploaded a free file that you can download. It will map any VCI-100 to the new Traktor Pro and match almost all of the original functions that were on the VCI-100 special edition. In fact, we're even able to improve some of the functions and give a lot more functionality to performance modes and effects and so on and so forth. So some things are working a little bit differently. So I want to go ahead and walk you through the new mapping combination and show you how everything works. Let's take a look. The loop section works just as it did before. Pushing this button will engage a loop on any of the four decks, A, B, C, and D, and disengage. As long as the light's off, there's a loop off. If the light's on, there's a loop engaged. Now you can shorten or lengthen a loop by holding down the shorten button related to that deck for A, B, and C, and either shortening or elongating the loop. This can be done while the loop's disengaged or while the loop's engaged. Moving over, you've got two permanent filters. Before you had to push a button to engage a filter. That's not the case. These filters are always on. Instead, these buttons will engage fader and effects mode. Fader effects mode turn the fader, the jog wheel, and this fader all into effects controls. The effects section also works a little bit differently. You've got two banks just like before. Bank A is two effects per side, Bank B is two additional effects, and Deck C or Bank C is control over Deck C. In order to load an effect in Bank A or B, you first need to select the button and then turn it on. Right now we're in Bank A, which has a reverb and a flanger. In order to turn that on, we just need to click the on button and turn it up. And we can use both of them in conjunction with each other. Then, if we switch to Bank B, we need to first load the effect by pressing the button above the name. In this case, I'm going to select Echo. I'm going to press the button once. That's going to load the effect. I'm going to press it again. That's going to turn it on. Same thing over here. We've got a beat masher. I'm going to load the effect and then turn it on. The effects are set up to have Effects Bank 2 on Deck B and Effects Bank 1 on Deck A. You can put them both on one deck, but it's really set up to have one over here dedicated to Deck B and the other one dedicated to Deck A. Then you've got the fader attached to this dry wet command and this first command, and your two effects slots on the VCI-100 right here are attached to these two knobs here. Therefore, these two are set inside of the MIDI preferences. If we look inside the MIDI mapping, you'll see I've got an Effect 2 Select command set to Reverb. This is where you can change what effect is actually loaded when you hit those buttons. This effect you need to do manually, and this is the one you'll want to keep on all the time. I like to have the beat masher effect here, but perhaps you want something like the flanger flux. This effect will always be controlled by your input fader here in fader effects mode. So if I turn fader effects mode on either by using these buttons or by using the fader effects knob up here, I can then use this to turn that effect on and to blend all of the other effects in or out. And the jog wheel will turn it on automatically. So you can scratch in the effect. Now let's say we want to layer some other effects on top of that. Let's go ahead and select the reverb, turn that on, control over the flanger level here, the reverb level, and the master mix here, and then the master mix plus the first effects slot here on the fader. So these three things in combination give you pretty musical control. One other thing we've changed, instead of scratch and juggle, I've instead opted to make this scratch with this light on, and with the light off, it's going to be in CDJ mode, where you can slow down or speed up the song, and if the song is paused, you can use the jog wheel to scroll through and find whatever point in the song you want. With scratch mode on, you can also go through the song, but you'll stop it if you grab the wheel. Everything else on this unit works as labeled and as it did in the other VCI Special Edition video, which we published here on YouTube. For more information, visit djtechtools.com to download the TSI file for Traktor Pro and our VCI Special Edition, and to be a part of the DJ TechTools community.